In 2021, Tesla introduced the Model Y, and in 2 years, the electric SUV became the best selling car in the world. Not just an EV, all cars. And now, in 2025, Tesla has refreshed their best selling model with a launch edition that comes complete with a bevy of upgrades and full self-driving. The Model Y has been a stellar performer for Tesla ever since its inception. And just 3 years later, in 2025, Tesla has introduced this, the Model Y refresh, codenamed Juniper, but in this edition, it's the launch version. The launch version comes in at a hefty $59,000, but with that, you get your color choice, interior choice, and full self-driving comes with the car. They've refreshed the front end and the rear, and they've completely revised the interior. However, as you can see, the profile is almost identical to its predecessor. They did pay a great deal of attention to the interior. The seats are now perforated because they're not only heated, but they're ventilated as well. The main user interface is just like the one on my 23 Model Y. Same size. It hasn't increased in any type of capabilities, but here they've put a dash pad made of Alcantara that gives it a nice, elegant, upscale look. And here you'll see the ambient lighting, which I'll show you in the back, is all throughout. The speaker grille, the door insert, and the armrest are all of varying materials, giving you a different kind of feel for this car. And inside this pocket, in the long range, before this model, that was all plastic. But in the Model Y Performance and this launch edition, it's flocked on the inside. Those wing mirrors have been redesigned. This is the same as the hood. And this is the unique badging that they've given the launch edition. And you'll see one, I'm going to show it to you on the back. It looks like a jumped up plaid badge. And when I first saw it, I thought that's what it was, but it is not. It's specific to this model. The rear of the Model Y is the same. The interior dimensions are the same. So you have a lot of room in the back for 3 adults and 2 baby seats with a large child in the middle. And again, they carried through with that varying material design language in the back as well. Now, I'm taking a close-up look so you can see what Tesla calls their acoustic glass. And it's a double pane glass with sound deadening materials sandwiched in between. And the glass roof, the glass hatch, and the windscreen are all this material. So you're gonna be in for a serene ride, because the difference between my 23 Model Y and one that was built in 2021, the sound deadening is significant. And for them to have that all throughout, I'm looking forward to hearing what that sounds like or doesn't sound like. And here is another new feature. The power button now raises and lowers the back seats, and it can be stopped anywhere in its travel, up or down. That was great. But they did not do the one major thing that they should do to the Model Y, and that is the front needs to be powered. But it does have that front firing camera, which coupled with the AI4 computer makes FSD much better than even
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Than even hardware 4 or definitely hardware 3. And if you take a look, the panel gaps are tight. I didn't even have to break up my calipers. Tesla's paid close attention to previous complaints. So definitely that's an advancement that's perfect. And here, we're going to take this, we're not just going to look at it. We're going to take this bad boy out for a drive. So please come along as we test the new Model Y. I can feel the upgrades to the suspension. And now that I blasted the stereo, I'm going to test the acoustic glass. It is not as isolating as a Lexus LS, which literally encapsulates you inside the vehicle, and you're hard pressed to hear things on the outside, which has pluses and minuses. The minus is you can't hear everything coming at you, but let's see. Okay, so you still hear the hum of the engine. It definitely is taking the sound. So the ambient sound of the traffic, it's just what you hear here. So it's just the hum of the intentional hum of the motor. I'm going to show you a couple of other things now. I'm hoping that this back camera is picking it up, but regenerative braking is working almost immediately. And now what they've done with this upgrade is that if you step on the brake, the mechanical brake, it not only mechanically brakes, it's giving you regen also. So it's putting energy back into the pack. But because I've been driving Teslas now for 2 years continuous, I'm comfortable with the one pedal driving, and I rarely use my brake in my Model Y, my mechanical brake in my Model Y Performance. And in my Cybertruck, that's AI4, and I'm almost always using FSD on that. But we're going to test FSD out on this one. Suspension is definitely different. The dampening is definitely different. It's still a firm ride, and I'm going to see what it's set at. It's still a firm ride, but it's not floaty and smooth like my Cybertruck. It's like a nice, good cruise like that. So I'm enjoying that part of it. And now we're going to test out. I'm going to tell it to go back to its location. So I've only been driving it 8 minutes or so. I'm enjoying it. I like the fact that the turn signal is in the stalk. So that's what makes this new addition to the Tesla family different. So it is the only one now of the new 2025s with the stalk for a turn signal. But that's all it is, because wiper and headlights and everything else are all here on the steering wheel control panel. All right. I'm going to take this turn, and then I'm going to tell it to return to base and see how it goes. I'm going to give it a little one. Let's see if I'm going to park it and do. It is definitely a sweet, serene drive. I'm going to give it a quick park and then see. I'm going to mess with some of the controls here. And then these are nice, tight streets up in here. in this section of Long Island. So, you know, I'm gonna bust a U-turn and see how well it goes. And then I'm gonna stop real quick. I'm just gonna stop over somewhere. The seats, definitely comfortable. They are now ventilated as well as heated. That's a nice little feature. Okay, let's see. Now this is nice and tight, guys. So I'm hoping that, you know, I can't load it to it, but I would want to see. Let me see something. There's a Model Y up ahead of me, if you can see it, who's making a U-turn. I'm gonna see if I can do that move tighter than he can. I'm gonna see if I can make that make that complete move. Just what he did. Okay, I'm gonna do a U-turn right in here. All right, check traffic behind me, and then I'm gonna go linchpin it tight, bro. Now the good thing about Teslas, and the trick that I like, is that if you're going under 5 miles an hour, you don't have to step on the brake. You can literally shift from forward to drive and get that bad boy going again. And now I've done the same thing he has, but I've got a tighter turn circle. So this is tighter than that Model Y long range you just saw. My only thing is that, okay, let's see something here. So, and this depiction is an actual here. So now you tap it and hold it for park, and then, so things that I wanted on here, I wish the front was powered. Now let's go to dynamics. So it's in chill mode now, right? So let's start sport. Steering wheel heavy, right? Okay. Now auto shift out of park is really good. So no matter what direction, so if you're parking in your garage and you head into your garage, if you put it, step on your brake to go, it will automatically reverse to come out. You don't have to slip it into gear because it will realize that it's parked nose in. So, and the same as if you have an obstruction or something in the back, it will go forward, put itself in the drive once you have that selected. And those are the modes. We're gonna try this now. We're gonna try this, and let's see. Autopilot, standard. I like autopilot, pilot chill, and I like my offsets a little bit better. Lights are on. Let's give it a, let's jump into purple, because you know it's my favorite color. All right. Software, navigation, let's see. Navigation volume, okay. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. All right, we're out of here now. Quick. I love it. And if you ever want to get this full rendering, you just slide it to the side. So, and I do like the satellite view. Let's see how good it is. Let's see how good it is. Not glitchy at all. So here I am in Manhasset. All right. So now I've got this. I've gone from chill and light to, and it's still heavy. The settings, the change is not that significant, I have to tell you. I hope you're getting that all that from the screen. All right. And then I'm going to engage, so I've been gone. All right, so now I'm gonna head back. because that's all I needed to see. The materials, what they've gone for is different touch surfaces in here. So now you have different materials, different levels. Alcantara here, this soft touch material for the dash lining. Here is a separate type of plastic that's quite similar to this. Here's the texture that I'm expecting to be inside of all non-launch models. The speaker covers are different. It's just a different design, a little bit more swoopy. They're trying to give it a more luxurious feel as opposed to an everyman type look inside, and they've done a good job. It's very similar to the Model 3, except the Model 3 is like the Model S, X, and Cybertruck, and that the turn signals are here. Stereo, very good. It bangs. I'm going to, while I'm sitting here at this light, I'm going to quickly so this is definitely smoother. Okay, okay, I can feel the weight now. As I'm putting speed into it, I see what they've done. So the steering wheel is weighted with speed, and very, very, very responsive. Very responsive. I won't be able to do the 0 to 60 test again because the police are all out. And not that I'm going to be speeding, but I'm going to be bringing it up to speed, and I don't want them to question that. Now, here we go. Navigate to Tesla Manhasset. All right. And now, fellas, I'm going to engage it. There it is. Now, I've got to turn the, I know it's better, but I'm going to turn the peak of my hat. When you're wearing a baseball cap and it shades your eyes, on my Cybertruck, the monitoring system doesn't like the peak and is always prompting me to touch the steering wheel. And if I don't do it, it cancels FSD on me. And that's happened to me in the almost 5 weeks of ownership. It's done it to me twice. But if this is a harbinger of things to come as far as full autonomous driving, it's definitely doing it. The front bumper cam and just the computer that's in here and the AI4 is making this a great drive. So that audiobook was dope. All right, I'm gonna open up now and check out. So that's an awesome feature. It moves the front seat slightly. And then it didn't break my shit. Perfect. Sweet. And there you see the ventilation on the seats. They've lined inside here. I wish that the toe link here as opposed to inside this bed. And if you take a look, you can store ice in here now. The tub, you can store ice in the tub. And when it melts, you can release the water right there. Remarkable. 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 Stereo is fantastic. And the paint quality, beautiful. This color is definitely fantastic. So there you have it. Front end split has been revised. It's coming with a tow hitch. It's underneath there.